Braden, if you could describe this interview in one word, what would it be?
Fun.
Fun. That's.
This is fun.
I was thinking of a different kind of F word, but I definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much
Okay.
for coming on with us. We
Change his
appreciate
answer.
it.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me.
It's not that though. It's completely different. So don't worry.
I'm gonna go get some snacks. I'll be right back. Hold on.
I just hit record, bro.
That's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. All right. Leave
Everyone
this
needs
in.
some
This is
snacks.
this is a cold open. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'll be right back.
I'm so sick of this.
All right.
Hang
So
on.
you want me to do it?
Hang on. I'm not ready now.
I
I'm
can.
waiting for Carl's snacks, Bonte's Uber. I'm not ready. All right. I'm good whenever you are.
Welcome to another episode of Victory Lane Vibes. We are your hostesses with the mostesses. It's Jared. We got Art. We got Carl. We have a special guest. Y'all know how we do. We like interviews. People like giving them to us. We like having people in the studio. We got Braden here. Braden, if you guys haven't noticed, he has this Miami Vice Chevrolet that he drives, and there's a pretty old Victory Lane Vibes logo on it. Say hi to the people, Braden.
What's up, y'all? How's it going?
Is it safe now for me to give you the reins, Carl, for you to have your grievances, or what are we doing?
Yeah. I mean,
The man
that's
just
fine.
walked in the door.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just walked in. You know, it's fine. He want to just start the show upset, so let's give it to him.
We weren't starting the show. Well, first of all, it's not really a grievance, but I really do. I was listening. I was in the car. I was in the truck, and like randomly of my like songs, the F1 theme came on.
Oh no!
And like, I'm sure it costs a whole lot of money to license, so we should look into getting it licensed. Because I mean, like, just listen to this. Wait a minute. Even if we get sued $15,000 every time we have that on there, it's worth having it. You know what I mean? Like, this is fantastic. Listen to this. That's worth 15 grand every time. That's 15. That's 30. Here's 45. Anyway, okay, that's beside the point. No, so no, my grievance is more of a question actually, and Braden is the perfect person to answer it because he's unbiased. So I fell down a rabbit hole like 2 weeks ago, and I watched like every movie in the Cars cinematic universe.
Yeah.
And so okay, so there's a lot of things I have to say about it that I won't say. It did answer one question because I'd always like was curious: is everything in the Cars universe adequately sized for the cars? And the answer to that is yes, because I watched some episodes. I watched the Fire and Rescue movie, and they're at some resort, and like the resort is like 6 times normal size. So I'm like, okay, but here's my other question. Is the only sport in the Cars universe racing?
Wow.
Because because like the only people that are ambidextrous are the forklifts. So you mean to tell me the forklifts are the only ones that can play baseball and football and basketball? That's racist. Everybody can race. So anyway, I mean, and then Cars 1, the Coliseum is like a racetrack. It's not even like a Coliseum. So I don't know.
I mean, are we counting karate as a sport? Like in the second movie, Finn was doing the karate demonstration in the street. So maybe it's just racing and karate. Maybe that's all they got.
I have a lot of questions, but
Go ahead and ask them because I've really been on one about this. I've been asking people I've been on the phone with about it.
My first question is, why is Braden the perfect person to ask?
No, because he's the guest. That's why.
Okay. I didn't know if maybe y'all had this is a regular topic of
No,
discussion
because if
between
I
the two
asked
of
you that question, I'd have got like some talking to about like why that isn't appropriate or whatever the case may be. So
I mean,
the
I'm not
entire
saying it's
time,
wrong. It's just
the entire time he's going through that, I just envision Lightning McQueen playing Rocket League, and oh my god, my stomach hurts.
I mean, I guess they could play soccer and stuff. I guess they could make it adequate for cars, and then also like if you think about it, like okay, they have airplanes obviously, but not every size
Obviously.
car is the same size. So do they have airplanes for like pickups and minivans to go on? Like, what if a semi truck like wants to fly? They can't. They're not a plane big enough. Anyway, there's a lot of problems I have with that, but we'll move on from there right now.
We'll draft a
my
tweet
goodness
to.
This episode's got to do numbers. We're already in the hole $45,000.
Thanks,
Well,
Liberty.
yeah.
Appreciate you.
Once we get the cease and desist from Disney, I'm sure that'll help a lot.
Oh man,
Oh my goodness gracious. Well,
yeah. So that's this episode.
yes. Thanks
All
you
right,
guys
y'all.
for
See you next week.
stopping in.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all for the 500.
Uh,
Oh man.
I realize my mic's too good now. I can't like sneak and like eat stuff on the pod anymore. My
Please
old
don't.
mic I can get away with. I can't. It's too
you should
obvious.
never be eating stuff on the pod to begin with. That's the
Oh.
big problem.
That shit
Oh.
was failed. Anyway, let's talk to Braden, man. Let's do that.
Let's
do
talk.
Never
anything.
seen
So-
such a guilty pivot.
So anyway, if y'all haven't checked out Braden on X, Twitter, you should. My question is like, what? First of all, how much work went into the Miami Vice scheme? Because like, I've been
It's
around
fire.
for a minute. Yeah, it's fire. I've been around for a minute, and in sim racing, I ain't seen nothing like it. I mean, that's phenomenal work. And yeah, I mean, how much time did that take?
Man, so like in 2021, towards the tail end of it, my friend Tyler Tinsley, he's the one that makes all of my paints for iRacing and stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I wish I could even like do half the stuff he does with paints.
You
but
and me, boy, both, brother.
yeah, like 2021, we made the first one for an event that was coming up, and then I ran that, and then up until 2023. I'd run that, so I basically run it for 2 years, and then so he brought this idea up of why not make a 2024 version. Like he told me that like I've gotten way better at painting, and then he said that I had gotten way better at driving, so why not just create an updated version to show off basically how much we've improved in 2 years. And yeah, basically that came together in about 3 days. Like my current one came out in about 3 days. Like about 3 nights of just like fidgeting with it, trying to see what works, see what didn't. And I can say pretty confidently that I am very happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody that looks at it is. I haven't seen anything like that in a while. That is an excellent use of a lot of things. So, big ups to them.
Yeah, he does God's work when it comes to painting. I'll say that.
Absolute fire.
We always say to each other, look good, drive good. So he's responsible for about like 5% of my speed.
Drive
So
good. I like that.
I was just about to say that. The next words out of my mouth.
Well, I mean, just tell us more about you. Like, I know that you, obviously, you have your Miami Vice car, but I believe last year you were doing the iRacing College Series. Tell us about that and how that came about.
I'm currently in my first year of college. I'm going to Minnesota State University, and so the first semester I knew that they had the college series, and I knew I was going to run it once I got to college. So I ran, I think, 2 races in the first semester, and then I was going to run, I think, 2 more. So I've missed about 4. So that means I've done like about half the season really. And then basically like the top, I think 20 in points, they go to just like a one winner take all race for about like 20,000 in scholarship, I believe, which is like ridiculous. That would completely pay off a full year of school for me. But yeah, by races I've done so far, I've done pretty well. My first one I finished I think 5th, and then second one was a bit of a struggle. Got like 13th. But like only like the top 10 get money, and some of them are just the best on iRacing. They're in the college series, so it's definitely like it was like jumping into like the deep end of a pool when it came to like the competition side of it.
Yeah, I know when we first started talking, like I went and I watched some, and I was just like, this is actually unreal how good these guys are. So because of the college series, it's not a direct feeder to Coke, right? You still have to go
No.
through Road to Pro. That's what I thought, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
College series is for anyone if you're in
yeah,
college.
yeah, I got you. Okay, yeah. Um, does do you get any kind of? Because I don't know a lot about it. I remember when they announced it. Like, is there any kind of like deal like where you go to college where they're like, hey, check out, Braden, he's streaming this, or he's is there anything like that, or
Yeah, so I'm part of my school's esports team, and they put it out on all of their socials. Basically, like when I have a race, like I don't stream personally, but
Mhm.
all the college series races are streamed on the
Right, yeah,
official
yeah, yeah.
iRacing Twitch and YouTube, and I'm pretty sure that the official NASCAR YouTube has streamed college before. So, yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool getting like the opportunity to race in front of like 2,000 people at once, but that makes me have to step up my game quite a bit to not make a fool out of myself.
Do you ever have nerves? Going up to like that many people watching you.
It's not really like I have nerves like in general. Like I have like bad anxiety. Like I've started like focusing on like trying to like keep my heart rate down like during races and stuff, because usually like I just get like my heart racing like if it's like late in a race or something and I'm up front. But yeah, it doesn't really matter like how many people are watching. Like it could be like 5 or 2,000. I just focus on the race. Like I'm just fully focused on what I'm doing and just like making my way towards the front, that I really don't pay attention to like who's watching and stuff like that until like after. Then I usually just like I like to rewatch the streams that I'm in just to see like what, if any, stupid things I did were caught on camera or not.
Yeah. So yeah, like on the they recently had the NASCAR Netflix documentary, and William Byron got a lot of attention for his rise to a Cup Series seat. Growing up on a computer and playing games that way, and grew that into a career. So is that kind of how you got started? Like, were you just a NASCAR fan who played the games, and once iRacing became an option for you, that was just the logical next step? Or just like, how did you get into it, right? Because no one just wakes up one day and has a setup and like iRacing subscription and everything. So what was that process like? Like, how did you get to that point?
So I've known what iRacing was since like 2017, and like of course like I played like NASCAR games 2011, Inside Line, 14, 15. I played all those games, and then like after 15, I started like broadening like what I'd watch and stuff, and like what I pay attention to, and I found this league on YouTube called Nork, and I like learned this person named Terrell Baker, TCV, and
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
This story goes full circle.
Yeah.
It's honestly
Oh,
insane.
man. Yeah.
So yeah, I'd watch Nork all the time. That like brought up my like horizons on like iRacing and stuff. I'd always wanted to get it, and then up until like 2020, I never had a actual like gaming PC that could run it. But then in 2020, I got it, and within I think 4 months, or no, with about 6 months of getting iRacing, I met Terrell, and then yeah, I started racing with him a lot, and he taught me a lot of stuff that I know at first. Like he's the reason like I started getting good in the first place. But then yeah, now I can confidently say that we're pretty good friends. So that's like kind of crazy. Like I've known of him for about 8 years at this point, and now I can call us friends and stuff. Like I met him at Daytona last year, and yeah, I would have seen him again in about 3 days. So yeah, full circle moment, pretty much. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. I used to watch the old Nork radio, and Art and Jared are just lost. But I used to watch the old Nork Radioactive videos way back in the day when I was at work, and like I would always laugh at TCB like giving the command, like the green flag command or whatever. Yeah. And
he still does it. He still does it.
My mind laughing at that, and I couldn't. And you could not pay me enough money to adequately explain why I was laughing at my phone at these people. But yeah, that's so cool, man. My favorite thing about sim racing is you get to see like all the people that you meet, and over time, everybody kind of goes their own way. And like, there's people that I've met through sim racing that have like gone on to work in the sport. There's people that I know that have gone to the Coke series and all kinds of stuff. And like, it is always so unique to see the different roads people take and how we all kind of know each other or are separated by a few degrees and stuff like that. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I've met so many people that I can call good friends now because of iRacing and stuff like that. And like, yeah, just like kind of just putting myself out there. Like I struggle. Like I'm just like a shy person. Like I don't like talking to people unless like really really know them. But yeah, iRacing definitely helps. Like I learned like how to talk to people better and stuff, and met some really cool people that I can now call friends. And then yeah, I get to meet my painter Tyler for the first time in 2 days. So it's about damn time for that.
Yeah, yeah, awesome.
So yeah, you're going down to Daytona. Are you going for like anything for event wise, or are you just going as strictly as a fan just to watch and enjoy?
I go to Daytona as a fan, really, like just to get the full experience. I want to make this a whole tradition now every year where I want to go down, and that's kind of like the meetup spot for all of like my little like clique that I have on iRacing and stuff. Like, and like outside of that, like you get some of the best that go down to Daytona because that's like the main hub, the main hangout. So yeah, we're gonna do this every year from now on, pretty much, and yeah, it's gonna be a really fun time. Just hang out, enjoy some good old racing.
Man, that's dope. I'm sorry, I'm jumping in front of everybody else. Jared, do you have anything?
No, you're fine. I'm trying not to choke on my spit over here, so I'll have a question too.
Okay. So I don't know that we really had a lot of stat questions for you. Like, thank you again for coming on. It's really cool. I really and honestly, Art was like, I just asked the other day. I was like, "Are we just like shooting the shit with Ray?" And they were like, "Yeah." And then all of a sudden, Art's like, "Well, actually, it's an interview." Well, two different things, Art. But anyway,
Here's that bus again.
yeah,
I guess.
Here's that bus.
No, but I do. I never. There are no other sim racers on the show but me, and I'm mediocre, so I don't get to ever talk about it on the show. But I do have to ask, since you are doing it at what I would say is a relatively professional level because of the support back in the college series. Do you ever find it hard, like when you're talking to somebody about like a track or a race, like that's outside of that circle? Do you ever find it hard to like not describe it as if like you've driven it in real life yourself?
I cannot explain how to drive like well at all. Like I've been telling my friend this for a long time. Like he always asks me like, "Dude, help me get better." Like I told you multiple times I will try, but I just can't convey what I know. Like
Yeah,
I can tell you what to do, but if you're doing it, like, I can just tell you what to do, and if you can't learn off of that, then that's really all I can do for you. But yeah, like I don't like because obviously iRacing is not completely 100%
right,
like,
exactly, yeah,
like inch for inch perfect with real life. So I don't like to say that I've like driven the track before, like and I know what I'm talking about, kind of like posed as a real driver or anything. So I usually just say like, well, on sim, yada yada yada.
yeah.
Like that's usually what I say when it comes to that.
Yeah,
You're not standing at the grandstands in Daytona with your arms crossed, just like pointing at spots on the track. You're like, oh yeah, there's a tricky bump right there, you know. And,
I probably actually can, like at Daytona. There's a big old bump out of the pit road that I know, and I've seen him hit in person. Like I've hit that bump before. Like,
yeah,
I know what I'm talking about.
yeah. I remember in 21 we went to the inaugural COTA race, the Cup race, and like so leading up to that, like I had run a bunch of like practice laps in the Gen 6 and at COTA, and so. And I went down there with my girlfriend at the time. I remember we were on the backstretch. I'd like turn. I think it was 14, whatever the one that ends on the backstretch there, like that long straight. We were back there, and like I was like explaining to her. I was like, yeah, I was like, they got on the brakes late, or they locked up, or whatever. Like I said, or he didn't get it down in time, or whatever. As if I really knew what it was like. First of all, I'm terrible on road courses to begin with. Let alone the fact I've never driven anything close to a Cup car. So I'd always wondered, if anybody else sometimes like finds themselves like explaining stuff that even they don't really know in the grand scheme of things, but it gives you a false sense of bravado. But
Yeah,
anyway.
it definitely happens. Like
Yeah.
like I used to like talk as if like I knew what I was talking about.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of like backed off on it. Like I can give like if someone asks me like about a track, like like I'll probably like know something that the average person that doesn't have iRacing wouldn't know. But and I can just like give like just tips of what to do or like what to expect. That's about all I can give, but I can't give like in-depth analysis when it comes to iRacing.
So I want to transition now from iRacing to real racing. So I'm guessing, since the fact that you are so passionate about this, like you've been following in real world NASCAR seasons. Are there any drivers or teams that you currently root for, that you grew up rooting for, anything like that?
Oh yeah, I've been watching since 2008 when I was 3 years old, and my favorite driver growing up and still to this day is Jimmy Johnson. He's my hero. He's the best. He's Superman. And then now since he's gone, since he first retired and became a part-time driver, I've really gravitated towards Ryan Blaney. Yeah, but I like a lot of drivers really. Like there's not really many that I don't like, but the ones that I don't like, I'm very vocal that I don't like them, and I'll make sure everyone who I don't like.
Go ahead, call him out.
Yeah.
Call him out. Call him out.
Noah Gragson, Carson Hocevar. I want everything bad to happen to them when it comes to racing. Like if anyone had to blow a motor every race, I'd want those two to blow a motor. Like they would just make me happy. So yeah, those two, oh my goodness, I can't even describe how much I despise both of them.
Sounds like you got some real racers right there.
Oh god, they're just awful. I hate them all.
Man,
but yeah.
I tell you what, we've said our piece on Noah 3 different times.
He's got plenty of airtime here.
I've definitely spoken on it on when it comes to Twitter many times more than 3, probably about 100 times.
Well, I went to run my mouth today actually, and then I saw there's a couple of accounts that are like super dedicated to Noah, like out and about. And I was like, the last thing I need to do today is go back and forth with these people, so I'm not going to say anything. Carson, on the other hand, dude, it is so silly that every time I see a clip of an iRacing race with him in it, like the very next frame is him just wiping somebody out.
But he wears funny hats.
And I'm like, man, the signs were there all along. We should have known what we were getting ourselves into. And I will say I had a laugh the other day that was either Corey Haim or it was who else was competing for a title in the truck series at Phoenix?
Rhodes and Infinger.
It was Corey Haim or Infinger that was shooting the shots at Carson. I think, as a matter of fact, I think Corey Haim straight up said that no, it was Infinger. That was like Zane, that was not Zane. That Hocevar is gone now, so probably that won't happen again. As far as the wrecks at Phoenix or whatever.
Oh yeah, Corey Haim has become my favorite truck driver since that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's
like when he first took out Hocevar, like I was screaming at Fox to show it because Haim was falling back to Hocevar the entire last run of the race. Like Fox, he's gonna wreck him. You got to show it. And then when they showed him in the wall, I screamed like a little girl. I was so happy. I was like, finally, someone did it to him. Thank God.
Yeah, I was like, I caught part of the truck broadcast. I think I was at work and I caught it, and they were like trying to be really somber with the fact that like Carson was upset on the radio, and I'm like, you could have just not wrecked him.
Exactly. That brother gassed up into his left rear and it destroyed him. Like there's no hiding that.
Oh man, that's so funny.
That entire race was something I will never forget for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so funny. But speaking of all the wrong reasons, what's up, Bonte? You in the building, bro? What's going on?
Get on with the episode. I ain't have time.
Do what?
I just got home.
If it's one thing that we do have that you don't, It's time.
Nah, I'm just giving you a hard time, bro. I'm just you missed it. We got we're 45.
It's called work life.
Speaking of work life, man, you missed it, bro. But we're $45,000 in debt now. The podcast as a whole is.
You got us.
That sound like a you problem, buddy.
No, bro. We
You
put
ain't
your
had
name
one.
on it. On the
We put your name on the check.
Actually, now it's
Check the
60,000. I
bounce.
played it again.
Can't even get away with anything. That's insane.
Nah, bro. You might have to
Oh,
ask
man.
for overtime because the bill is due soon.
Yeah, man. But yeah, so Braden, Braden, he was infamous on the pod. Bonte, you got any questions for us?
My guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, we've been in the same diecast
So,
chat for
Brady,
about 2 years now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you got a
Man,
diecast
okay.
chat, Vontae? Interesting.
When you
want
think
in? I
you
got
know
you.
somebody.
You think you know a man, bro.
But yeah,
think you know
so
it, man.
Brandon, so my
You say we
question is
pivot
like,
right away from that?
No,
my
let's
question is,
let him have it. Yeah.
have
Go
you
ahead.
thought about like entering in iRacing Coca-Cola series? Had that been cross your mind like in the future?
Oh yeah, I'm doing Road to Pro this year. So I'm missing, like, for some reason they had the great idea of making the first race this Thursday when I'm not gonna, like, when a lot of people are not gonna be able to run. But yeah, so I'm gonna be running Road to Pro this year to try to make the second round and maybe the contender series. But like, I don't have expectations of making Coke this year, but maybe like next year, once I like finally get used to racing against like the best of the best, I'll be able to make a proper run at Coke. But yeah, this year is more like a test run for me, really, just to see what I can do in like Road to Pro and possibly contender if I like have a miracle where I make it. So, but hey, if I make Coke this year, I surprise myself. So, and I wouldn't complain.
Yeah, because I've been seeing you a lot doing iRacing and stuff, doing like different series and stuff. And you, man, especially them paint skis you be having. Ooh, man, getting too fired up.
Yeah, we were talking about earlier. You gotta look good or run good, man.
Right.
Yeah, we had to give the praise out where it was due, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So Braden, do you follow any other? Actually, let me ask you this. I forgot what I was going to say. Do you follow any other forms of motorsport besides NASCAR?
Oh, hold on, I gotta read off like a list here.
Man.
IndyCar,
The wrong
F1,
person.
F2, F3. I follow Supercross. And then I pay attention to MotoGP and stuff like that. I'm too scared to watch that stuff live because I feel like I'm gonna watch. Like I don't want to see a ragdoll at 200 miles an hour. I don't want to see that. And then I follow IMSA and World Endurance Championship. So basically everything.
Man, hats off to you.
Man, you want a job? You fit in with everything that we talk about.
Absolutely.
A guest host spot? Goodness gracious.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to, man. It's going to be a string of weeks in about 2 or 3 more weeks. I'm going to be out of here. So
No, you're not. You're taking the show on the road. Chill
no,
out.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
the only piece of quiet I get every week. No, I'm good. So let me ask. So okay, pause. Let me ask you this. What are your F1 favorites?
Man, I just like the way the cars look. Really, I watch every race, but I just like the way the cars look. My favorite was Kimi Räikkönen, so I've just been kind of just like paying attention now. Like I don't really care who wins anymore. It's not like anyone other than one person's gonna win anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess I like Yuki Tsunoda. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, Yuki's cool. I'm playing F1 Manager 23 right now, and I just signed into Ferrari for the second season. So
nice. Yeah. And how can I forget Logan Sargent? I mean, American. His brother was in NASCAR. Why not?
Yeah, that's unfortunate that they panned out like it did. Because I guess they pulled funding from him to support Logan, and
man, if I'm Dalton, I'm not complaining. He spent like the last 5-6 years just on his daddy's boat fishing every day, living the best life.
It's a nice life,
living the dream.
Yeah, man, for sure. All right, so I don't know what else to say here.
Any other Pixar references we need to get in?
Man, look, I can go on all day about that. Vontae, you missed it, bro. But Vontae, let me ask you this, bro. Do you think that the only sport in the Cars universe is racing? You think they play basketball and football in the Cars universe?
No.
Right. Okay. Soccer, maybe though, right?
Soccer, maybe. Yeah, I'd say
So,
soccer, but
okay. So soccer. Oh, and Mater was a luchador at one time. So it's soccer,
wrestling.
and racing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we got 3, so that's not too bad. But I don't know, man.
I do got a question for Braden though.
Yeah, what's up?
Please.
So, if you were a gamer, Braden, are you like a Forza person or a Gran Turismo person, or you said neither because because they suck?
No, I mean, I'll I don't really have much like time. Like I mainly play iRacing. That's it. But yeah, I used to play Forza 6 a lot. Like every day, I'd come home, play Forza 6 and stuff like that. But yeah, ever since I got iRacing, it's just been mainly that. But I'll still like hop on like Forza or like Project Cars every now and then.
Okay, I love some T cars too, baby.
Yeah, good underrated game.
Oh yeah, that looks fire.
Mm-hmm. See, speaking of Forza 6, was you was one of the first person to get the NASCAR expansion when it came out?
I did get it.
Remember?
I did get it. I was in like 6th grade when I came out.
Oh man,
God, I'm old.
You know,
the one time that I get Forza, I miss out on the expansion. You hate to see it, but
yeah.
You know, though, it was really painful for me. Was Braden was talking about the NASCAR games he played growing up. He ain't mentioned like Total Team Control.
I'm telling you, man. I didn't say nothing.
Man, when Total Team Control came out, was that 05 or 06?
It came out in 05.
Yeah, I was about 9 months old when that came out. So.
Yeah, bro. I was in middle school.
I mean, yeah, because I didn't play 06 until like 2010 on the Xbox. So,
oh man,
yeah, but yeah, I feel y'all. Like I saw a tweet that for the first time made me feel old. Like they were asking, like, "Are y'all this old?" And they showed a picture of, like the backyardigans, and I was like, man, that offends me. I'm now considered old.
Twitter came out when you were a child.
I know.
Wow. A legitimate child.
It was like what 100? No, it wasn't even 140 characters in. It was like what 100.
It was 120.
It was 120. Yeah,
120. Yeah.
God. Back then, like the only people that were on Twitter were celebrities. Everybody thought Twitter was stupid. We were all on Facebook making quizzes and playing Farmville.
Oh.
Customizing our MySpace pages, and then Twitter came out.
Boy, I'm telling you, man. Well, Braden, I will say this, man. If I know you got a decent PC now, you should, whenever you have some downtime, which it doesn't sound like you have much with all the racing you do, emulators are free, and I'm not saying that you should do anything illegal, but I'm sure you could probably acquire a copy of Total Team Control or Thunder 04 or 03 to play on a free emulator. Or 05, yeah. It's a wonderful thing. I still play it on my PC, and I was, as a matter of fact, earlier today I fired up NASCAR Heat 5 for the first time in forever, and I was like, man, this blows, and I went right back to Thunder 03. So
yeah, I stopped playing the Heat games. Like after Heat 3, I stopped playing.
Yeah.
So let me see. So what was it? NASCAR Ignition 21 came out, and that had the quote unquote next gen cars. It was trash. I deleted it. But I went back to NASCAR Heat 5, and they came out with the next gen expansion pack. It's difficult. I don't know what they did to the AI, but it's not as easy to pass as it used to be.
It's just insane. It's my favorite Midwesterner word is cattywampus, and that is what. Hey, look, man. Hey, man.
Why do you do this to us?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
What are you talking about?
Art almost lost his MacBook.
What are you talking about?
Art literally almost lost his MacBook just now.
Yeah, because I almost threw it out the window. Why do you do this?
Do what?
Well,
anyway,
menace, bro.
That's what that expansion. What I didn't even do anything. that expansion is.
You are the Peter Parker to my J. Jonah Jameson, bro. Like I golly, bro.
Y'all are witnesses here. I didn't do anything to this man, and he's. But no, yeah, that's it. That expansion feels wonky, and I was like, nah, I'm all right. I'm gonna go back. Plus, you can't run the Xfinity or the Truck Series anymore when you install the DLC.
Right. I'm back on F123. I got Lewis as my teammate, so
man,
we
What
rock
team?
Ferrari. What do you mean, what team?
Oh yeah, forgot. My bad.
Yeah.
It's speaking of while we're on the subject of F1,
yeah, I was gonna say.
Red Bull's car design went 0 pods, and now I'm wondering if Mercedes gave up too soon.
Well, it's 0 pods. This is a chicanery conversation because we're not that smart, Braden. But but it's 0 pods with a much different execution. I don't know. We'll see. I personally like the Ferrari, and I'm not saying that for any biased reason. For 2025, but I feel like the way that
It looks fast.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, there's, you know what? Here's the thing. I tell people all the time, I'm like, oh, I like F1 because of all the tech changes and the way they design the cars. And then somebody tries to explain like what each piece of part of the car does. It's like a dial tone in my head. I'm like, I'm not listening to any of this. all I know is funny car gets new shape and goes faster or slower. That's it. So, but
and still finishes second to Red Bull.
Yeah. Oh God, man, look,
Man.
I don't wish ill on nobody, but if somehow, some way, some reason this doesn't pan out, it'll be great. So, but yeah. Anyway,
as long as a certain somebody lose their job,
I don't think Adrian. I trust Adrian Newey to do whatever that is.
What makes Adrian so good at his job is he doesn't take chances. The thing is like every car he's ever designed has been an evolution of like the previous one. Yeah. And like he's always been in a position where he doesn't have to play catch up. He's so good at his job. But I will. So I'm gonna jump back to iRacing real quick because that's a conversation you and I can have. So you don't run official very much, if at all, do you?
No, I do not.
I got you. I was gonna be like, what's the word? I was like, what annoys you the most about official? But
honestly, just how try hard it is. I don't like it.
Oh
I just like having fun.
Yes.
I just like having fun
man.
about people doing hosted and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there was one I ran this morning where I didn't qualify, and this happens every time we go to a plate track. I didn't qualify, and somehow like I wasn't dead last. I was like, I don't know, I was like 12th of 28 cars or something. Anyway, it didn't matter. And so the race starts, and like guys in front of me are checking up, and like they're like, I'm just gonna hang around for a minute. I'm like, dude, it's lap 1. Like, we have to go. And so like I'm driving by them on the outside, and then they're like, oh, look out for. I was like the number 20. They're like, look out for 20. He's speeding around people. I'm like, what do you mean, bro? It's
we're racing here. We're not sitting in line.
So it's either that, or it's either like the guy that like is like just like driving, is like just being a try hard, and is like, y'all don't know what you're doing. And Braden, I don't know if you know this or not. I'm bottom split, so I get the worst of it. It's horrendous, dude. It is.
I really enjoy watching the bottom split races.
These people shouldn't be allowed to drive Mario Kart, let alone iRacing.
There are a lot of people in top split that I feel the same way about. Some of these damn people don't need to go outside, do something.
Yeah,
you need to do something because this ain't it,
man. Well, it's either if this ain't it, or they have taken it to a beyond. Like taking it way too seriously.
Yeah, I'm not gonna name names, but I know people.
I know.
I know people in the Coke series that have dropped out of high school to focus fully on racing.
I have heard similar stories.
Or they didn't drop out, but they're not homeschooled to do iRacing all day, every day. But that's like, I wouldn't be able. I would not be able to do that. I don't have time for that.
Mm-hmm. No,
I gotta do something.
Good.
300,000.
Oh yeah, they're really good. They're the best I've ever seen.
Yeah, oh, there you go. Well, it's 100,000. Is 300,000 or 100,000?
It's 5, ain't it?
Is it 500,000 now?
Yeah.
To win the Coke Series title?
Not to win. I think it's 500,000 purse money throughout the entire season, but it's still 100K to win.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Big money.
Yeah,
got
man.
That big boy trophy at the end of the season.
Yeah, I got like a comment about that. Like the last two co-champions, Stephen Wilson and Casey Kerwin. I got to race them in like middle of December in an event with like the old Gen 4 cars at Auto Club for 500 miles. And
Yeah, I remember that. I saw that.
yeah, and I was being like hailed as the only person or like the only like regular like driver in the series that I do that could beat them. And like not to like toot my own horn, but I'm gonna do it. Like I think it was Stephen Wilson won, and then it was Casey, and then another co-driver, and then me. Like we were the top four, and then it was like another like 5 seconds to the people behind us.
Okay.
But yeah, that definitely got me noticed. I will say that.
Hey,
I got a lot of DMs after that race,
hey,
and I was
man.
like, "Holy shit!"
Rightfully
Stand on
so.
that.
Yeah, man. I mean,
And I will say that's why I got my current Road to Pro deal that I have. So
Yeah.
I would have not gotten it, I don't think, without that race right there.
Okay.
Sir.
So that was the quintessential driving like rent was due.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
100%. So my next and I guess my last question, unless we're going if we BS some more. For those that don't know about iRacing, the official series have what's called fixed and open. And so fixed is basically the iRacing delegates like the setup parameters. All the vehicles drive the exact same as far as loose, tight, whatever. And then open is exactly just that. It's an open setup, so you can apply the changes that fit your driving styles you see fit. Now, I might be wrong, but the Road to Pro is fixed this year, correct?
They backtracked on that after the backlash. They did.
Okay.
And I'm actually very happy that they did.
I was gonna say because I'm like, man. First of all, those the trucks are fun, but in a fixed environment, it can really suck. And so I was really wondering, like, if you were nervous about that at all. But I didn't know they backtracked on it.
Nah, I'm actually looking forward to Road to Pro. I got a good team behind me. I'm gonna be racing with LA Siler Esports for this Road to Pro season, and yeah, we got. I trust it. Like I definitely trust the team I have. I mean, I think they sent 2 people to Coke last year, so I mean, if I'm gonna get to Coke, I'm definitely gonna do it with them, and they're definitely gonna help me out with that. But yeah, like back to like the conversation of like of the Road to Pro being fixed. Like if it was fixed, it would really hurt a lot of people and really be a big gain for some people.
Yeah,
because the fixed setups, they usually like iRacing for some reason they make them super tight on the long run. Like I don't know why they just have them kill the right front tire.
Yeah,
and that is not my driving style. I'm the opposite. I need it loose, and I can't drive the fixed truck. But with open setup, I can actually like cater to my driving style and definitely make a difference more than if it was fixed. I really like one thing I really don't like is when things are out of my control. Like I feel like I always have to be in control of what I'm doing. That's why I don't let anyone drive me anywhere. I always have to drive because I don't trust anyone to drive me anywhere.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm just happy that they backtracked the decision to make it open setups because I definitely feel like that gives me a better chance of definitely making it to the next round.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know that. That shows how unprepared I was for this. That is good. Yeah, it is tight, and I have learned like the key to success in fixed for at least for the truck and the Xfinity car is the first half of the race. You just have to run like you have to run like you're in a Mike Harmon car. Like you have to like half throttle it the whole way, and then have tires at the end. That's all you can do.
Can't slip the tire once, or you're screwed, and you have to run the bottom the whole time. It's just not great.
And don't put any excess heat in the tire. It takes forever to get it to settle back in. But yeah. I know that like Art and Jared are just glazing over there.
I mean, I knew it was in depth, but I didn't know it was like that in depth.
Oh man, yeah.
It's crazy what these setup teams can do.
Oh yeah, that's unreal. I feel so bad sometimes because like my dad will like call me or text me, and I'll tell Siri to text him back and be like, "Hey, I'm racing right now," and then like my dad's like, "How'd your race go?" And like I try to explain it to him, and I'm like, I wonder if there was ever you know how they talk about like if you gave Sprite to a colonial era British child, it would probably die. No, you know what I'm talking about? Like like there's like those memes
You
where
can
like
say
if you
no,
had
it's fine.
if you have a anyway, it's just like if you would have sat me down in 2003 playing like NASCAR on the PS2 and told me, all right, dude, in 20 years, this is how in depth it's going to be. That's what you're going to be dealing with. I would have freaked out. I'd have probably cried. It's crazy how much. I mean, it's insane. Like I used to as a kid. Like I remember, like I had a couple art projects where like we had to like create like a magazine cover, and so like I just followed directions, and like I made a video game cover for like NASCAR or whatever. And like the features that like in my wildest dreams would never happen, I put down, and suddenly they're in iRacing. So it is crazy to see how much progress he made in a very relatively short period of time. Because I found out, I found the other day that a guy that I work with, he used to run, I guess it was OS Open Speedway races back when like Denny Hamlin and Dale Jr. used to run them a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that, and I was like, that's so crazy or whatever, and because he found me on Facebook randomly, like through a friend of a friend, and I was like, oh, well, we work with each other, but we were talking about how like in iRacing in its infancy, like we were all on the forums and we were like, yeah, this is a fad. This isn't going to last. People are going to be so mad they don't have offline content, have to pay for a monthly subscription and things like that. And now, like NR 2003 is almost all but dead, and the Coke Series is doing 500,000 a year in purse money. Like very crazy how the times can change relatively quick. So.
Yeah, like I gotta be honest, I still play NR 2003.
I mean, I do too, absolutely. But
that game is so good.
But
I
funny. My bad, Carl.
Yeah.
I just now the NR 2003. I just now started doing that thanks to Carl. Like on my laptop.
It is so fun.
Yeah,
it is.
I will say though, like the goal, like it's cool now. The community's still there and everything, but the golden era, like when I was still in high school, and we were like, he was just cranking out content like crazy. There were like servers you could go log and go run into, leagues like crazy. Like it's just never going to be anything like it ever again. But it's still like the community is still going strong, and it's kind of cool to see like not just like an old man, but to see like the younger generation, the high school kids are picking it up and still, evolving with it and stuff like that. So we got to get Bonte set up because he's going to make the transition from NR 2003 to iRacing at some point. So
one day.
we're working with him on that now.
no, you're right though, because I do want to try that one day for sure.
Yeah, man, for sure. So,
but I do have a question for Brandon if you let you done.
Yeah, I'm done, man. Yeah, I'm just BS.
So, as y'all know, that NASCAR iRacing brought back NASCAR for to make the NASCAR game in 2025. If y'all could at least had like one or two things y'all want in the game, what would y'all have?
I would say that I would like if I was to get the game, because I probably won't get the game, but I'll just see what other people say about it. But if I did get the game, I'd want Xfinity and trucks. That's probably like my number one ask. And then probably my number two ask is just a really good damage model, because who doesn't love going backwards on NASCAR games?
Right.
Can't really do that on iRacing because you're going to get banned.
Oh, wow.
That's something I miss out on.
Black flag immediately.
Mine's is like, I got three. Obviously, a good damage model. Xfinity and trucks. And another thing, too, download other people's paint schemes. I don't understand why we don't have that in NASCAR game right now. I'm really surprising. But like similar like Gran Turismo 7 and Forza, that you could download like custom schemes from any car. If we could have that from schemes to download to have in our car do online, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
Mm-hmm.
If I could, I wasn't asked the question, but I'm gonna give an answer anyways. Yeah, you know what I love on the NBA 2K, they recently started doing, and they've done it before, but they do different eras, and so they'll have like the 90s Bulls, the 80s Celtics, Lakers, or whatever, and they'll have it set up to where the layover on the screen looks accurate to the time. Like the announcers are different. The presentation is
Scoreboard
accurate to the
different too.
time.
Mhm.
And the scoreboard and all the overlays are accurate. So I would love to see like a different eras version of NASCAR where you can have like, give me the Chevy from 1990 and let me able to go run a series with that. And I don't know how like that works in terms of like copywriting and all of that stuff. I'm sure it's very difficult, but I would love to be able to do like a season mode starting in like 1992 with Dale Earnhardt or like Ernie Irving, right? And just do like a season mode then, and not just be limited to starting out in 2024. I always have had a dream where you could have like kind of like those commercials where they have all the cars from the different eras that are racing together. Like I would love to see like, a Wendell Scott car versus a Bubba Wallace car versus, like a Brad Perez truck, like all on the same track or something like that. Like I just would love to see, like it's a video game. You can do whatever you want. So like let's just get nuts with it. You can always still have like the hardcore stuff. Of course, like that's what you come for is the gameplay. But I would just love to see like a bit of innovation and some just I guess out of the box thinking in terms of the auto racing side, because that's kind of stuff's been around in the other stick and ball sports for a long time.
Definitely agree too. Nerding too.
I'm gonna buy it no matter what. I'm a console gamer.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, me too for sure.
So I will say, Art, you probably are going to get your wish because, I think from what I read, the amount of information they're sharing between iRacing and I guess it's Monster Games that's making it, is like a 1-to-1. And I mean, iRacing has the 87 cars right now. They have the Pontiac, the Buick, or is it the Oldsmobile? The Oldsmobile, the Ford, and the Chevy, like I said, from that era. So I would think they probably are going to include some old school stuff as well. Jerry, I'll let you go ahead and answer before I answer though.
I mean, I'm a console gamer, so regardless, I'm getting it. But I think to Art's point, it should be fun. Like if 2K can do it with basketball, why can't iRacing do it? If they're spending, this is a huge investment into this game to make it much better than the last blah 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 games we've had the last 20 years. So I feel like you might as well go all in and go all out. And hell, everything's crossplay nowadays anyway. Let the PC players come join fun. Get some competition going. See if I can beat you with my controller and you use your wheel. Let's figure it out.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it's crossplay, but it is coming out on PC, which is interesting.
No, I want crossplay.
It's coming out on everything.
I want to beat up on you. You know what I'm saying? I want to beat up on you
I
personally.
want to wreck Jared so bad because I'm sick.
I'm already having to buy a PS5 because of GTA 6. So
y'all are just mad that I won an F1. I'm the F1 champion. Twice.
Okay,
yeah,
so to give perfect context to what Jared's saying, to anybody listening, a while back, him, myself, Bonte, and friend of the show Jamal raced in F1. Was it 22 or 23?
It was 22.
I re-downloaded 22. It was
22. Well, I don't say about that. It was 22. We did 2 races. I forgot what happened with one of them, but the one that I remember was at Austria. And yeah, I ended up having a spot for Bonte. It was at Austria, and I think there was some issue with setups or whatever. I forget what. But anyway, Jared qualified on the pole, whatever, big whoop. And then me and Jamal were like 2nd and 3rd respectively, and Bonte was like 17th. And so we go down to the first corner, and Jared's got a clear breakaway. I'm a catch him. I'm great at Austria. I know what I'm doing. I can run a sub-minute lap at Austria, no problem. And we go down to the first corner. We go up the hill, or no, it's the third corner. We go up the hill, and I'm on the inside, and Jamal just out of nowhere just cuts straight across me like he's freaking not Kamui Kobayashi, Yuji Ide. That's not a good recent reference. Like he's Nikita Mazepin. He cuts right across the front of me. And then I get beached on the curb. I can't go. I have to retire. Jamal's wrecked, and so Bonte's the only one left. So we're sitting there, we're coaching Bonte on what to do and spotting for him the whole time while Jarrett runs away and wins it by 6 seconds. So it wasn't really that much.
I'm a
of
menace
race.
with that ARS deployment.
It is
I'm
what
a
it is.
menace.
No, Jared got that cheating set up.
Yeah.
I play the game every day. I know what setup to put in the car in Austria.
Yeah, I see that.
But as far as things that I want, I trust him. I mean, I think the only thing that I really want is just a really good career mode, man. I want to be able to have a silly season, drivers moving around and stuff like that. I want to be able to choose between being an owner driver or an owner and like have a more in-depth owner system as far as all that kind of good stuff. I could talk for 40 minutes about it. And we actually at one point in time had planned an episode to talk about the game. That fell through. Right now I'm waiting on some more information to come out about it before we have some guys on to discuss it. So be on the lookout for that. But that's where I'm at with it. So
All right, Braden, you getting ready to make that trip. Who you got winning the 500?
Man, I have witnessed Ryan Blaney get screwed so many times. If he could pull it off, and I swear to God, if Austin Cindric blocks him into the wall this year, I think I will cry. So I feel like this year is Ryan Blaney's year. If not, I want either a Bubba Wallace win or Justin Haley Super Speedway GOAT.
Oh, why?
I know Monday does not like Justin Haley for some reason.
Brady, I keep forgetting you are a Haley fan. My bad,
bro. He's so good at what he does. I mess with people, bro. I mess with people all the time. Say Justin Haley is the greatest thing since Dale Earnhardt on super speedways.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
I mean, he
better
knows how to
freaking
be
Riley
there.
Hurt.
Oh my God,
Riley Hurt was stressing me out. It both starts he made. I was like, oh man. So.
What you think? What you think we're gonna look like qualifying tomorrow? I hear rumblings that old Jimmy Jam's gonna put on the pole.
If he does, I'm gonna think it's rigged. So, like, I know people talk about. I know. I just feel like I know we talk about like there's discourse on Daytona 500 qualifying being rigged based on like a decade ago, and about a decade ago I believed it, but I don't think NASCAR is going to be rigging Alex Bowman to have the pole 3 years in a row. Because
I think is rigged though, that the fact that they're doing that they can literally have the car cheated for qualifying and then they get two chances to fix it before the 500 Sunday. Like it's really really funny. NASCAR is in that.
Yeah, I agree.
Hendrick might have a shutout again for the 22nd straight year. It might get really boring, but
I believe they're good at plate motor qualifying, building good plate motors. Them and ECR, which is like there was that string of polls where it was like Danica Patrick our first year, and then Austin Dillon his first year, and then Jeff Gordon in his last year, and then
Chase Elliott in his first year.
Was it Chase Elliott in 16?
Yeah.
And then who was it 17 that got on the pole?
I think it was.
That was a Hendrick car, I thought.
It was. Let me see.
I don't remember. Anyway,
it was Willie B won it.
No, because Willie B came to the Cup Series in 2018.
In 17?
18 was Bowman. 19, I think, was Bowman.
So it was Elliott again and somebody else. No. It was Alex Bowman and Chase Elliott in 2017.
In 17?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was Chase.
Man, so
that random 2020 with Stenhouse, like
Stunhouse.
You telling me the shrimp fried this race? You telling me that Hendrick has had almost every single Daytona 500 pole of the last decade?
Pretty much.
It was Dale Earnhardt in 2017 too. My bad, y'all.
That's why I keep saying it's fixed. I mean, like I'm accepted. I treat qualifying for Daytona like WWE. Like I know the show ain't real, but I'm still gonna watch it. And be
Don't get me started on WWE. Oh god, I love it. It's so great.
That's what I'm saying. Like I enjoy it for the show. I don't take it seriously. I just assume that once the green flag drops on Sunday, hopefully, then it's real.
Yeah, like when it comes to qualifying, like I usually never pay attention to like the top 20 because or the front row for that part because usually both the Hendrick cars are going to be wrecked out by halfway anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't
Uh,
matter.
Every time.
I just like see what the open cars do. Like when Jimmy qualified in straight through last year, I was screaming. I was so happy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I wonder. Let's shift to not Sunday but Saturday. Do you think we'll finally be freed from the shackles of Austin Hill winning Daytona this year, or is he going to go for what is
We
3 in a
will-
row?
We will lose those shackles, and we will gain the shackles of Austin Hill complaining post race that nobody helped him.
That's fine. Who
Right,
cares?
as usual.
That's okay. He'll be all right.
Man, I've always thought about this. Like the last 2 years for Xfinity and trucks, we had the same winner, the same paint scheme in the same way. Like Austin Hill won in the same paint scheme by like under caution because of a car flipping down the backstretch, and then Zane Smith won both of his Daytona races in the Love's truck while under caution because of a wreck in the tri-oval or like rain or whatever. I gotta say, it was not raining last year. It was mist. I'm still mad. I'm still mad they call that rain.
They're probably tired of tearing stuff up.
They didn't even wreck a lot. Like there was only like one decent wreck.
Huh.
They just had, I swear to God, about 4 cautions because of the mist.
Speaking of Daytona qualifying, folks, let's do a real conversation. Who do we think is going to be in the 44 come time to qualify tomorrow?
Jesus. Oh man.
I'm trying to find somewhere to bet on it, and unfortunately, nobody's taking that action. But let's hear it.
It could just be so many people.
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna say one.
Took too long. Put Raja in the car.
Okay.
No,
but I'm just taking a random guess. Sammy Smith.
Yeah, you know what? Well, yeah. That's Chevy. I mean, I guess. Yeah, he's got money. I mean, this car's already sponsored. Apparently, I just looked up iRacing on Twitter. They do in fact now have a driver, but they won't announce it till tomorrow.
I feel like it's gonna be Austin Hill or something.
Is he not in the 62?
No, Anthony Alfredo is.
Oh, then yeah, it's Austin Hill.
Oh God.
Yeah,
maybe he'll actually get in this time.
It's either Austin. It's either Austin Hill, or I would even argue that Brett Moffitt is a strong candidate for it. Despite,
I need that.
I would actually love that. I don't not a huge fan of Brett as a guy, but as a racer, I'm just like I'll take it.
Bro won his only truck race of the year last year and doesn't have a ride. That's just unbelievable to me.
I don't know, man. You know, it could be Matt DiBenedetto.
Man, I love Brett Moffitt so much.
Yeah,
Wow.
I love him so much because he constantly gets screwed in his career when it comes to rides. Like, like Red Horse shuts down when he finally goes full time. He wins a truck championship. He gets kicked out for Austin Hill. And then a bunch of years of Our Motorsports. And then he gets kicked out. Like, the AM Racing said they were doing 2 cars this year with Deegan and then someone else. And they just decided to change their mind. And Brett Moffitt's on the ride.
They even he was even a development driver for Michael Waltrip Racing got in the car for Vickers.
He got in for
Vickers.
He got in for Reagan because Reagan went to drive the 18.
18, that's right. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah,
and then and then Joe Nemechek went to the 34.
Yeah, and did a great job. And then NWR was like, "Yeah, we're totally committed to Brett. We're gonna make sure we're gonna make this right." And they just stuck him in the 34 for some races, and then you just didn't hear from him again the rest of the year.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that was not his Cup debut was in 14 in the 66.
I remember that. Yeah. Because that was kind of this weird era where sometimes it was a Michael Waltrip car, and sometimes it was just whatever junk Jay Robinson showed up in. But anyway, I won't get off into that tangent. But yeah, I don't know what else we got.
Did you give picks for
For the poll,
Daytona or Daytona?
Daytona, like who's gonna win it?
Yeah,
poll.
we talked
I
about
said-
qualifying.
Yeah, for qualifying. You know what, man? The new Toyota is. I'm calling it now. The new Toyota is illegal, but they won't do anything until the end of the year, and it's going to be Bubba Wallace and Denny Hamlin on the front row.
I'm really excited that Bubba's qualifying last, just so
Yes.
all of the pride of all the McDonald's workers across America can push that to P1.
They push that to P1 instead of fixing the ice cream machine.
Hey man, that effort is better suited at the track than
Hey, yeah.
the disgruntled
Right.
customers.
Sometimes you
who
just
wanna
got to
make
give up
flurry.
the dream. You know, like it ain't coming back.
Just go to Chick-fil-A if you want a milkshake. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, for sure. Bonte, who you got on the pole, man?
I was getting my boy beat up, and then
That's a shock.
Anyways, I already know. I already know it's gonna be a Hendrick driver. I'm just gonna say William Byron.
Oh, okay, that's your boy. Not the old double up DeWalt interstate batteries.
The next person. We ain't
You
going
know,
there.
Braden, just to let you know, when you meet with your scheme guy to come with any upgrades, just make a note that double schemes don't win. So if you guys are thinking about anything,
Oh,
please,
he refuses to do them. I asked for it once, and he said, "Hell no." So I was like, "All right,
yes,
Shout out Tyler.
man."
You know
I have
that.
never. I have seen a double scheme work maybe one time, and I can't even pinpoint what it was.
see, because it didn't happen. You dreamt it. It's not real.
It worked wonderful on the 54. Or I'm sorry, on the 20. My bad. On the 20 with interstate, it's fantastic.
They hate it, Carl. They hate it.
Man, I don't know why.
Ain't one nothing.
I said that scheme is fire though. I don't know why they hate
Y'all
it.
hate it because
Yeah,
they told y'all to hate
fire.
it,
It's
man.
fire because it hit the wall and the fuel cell exploded. That's why it's on fire. It's
a
not the
bunch
good
of-
kind of
a
fire.
It's
bunch of
fire
fucking
because he
conformist
cooked his
sheep.
brakes and he hit the wall.
Man, whatever. I don't care, man. That stuff is that scheme is excellent, and I wouldn't be mad if it won Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday for that matter.
If it do, I'm laughing at Jared, especially Jared. You too, Art, but especially Jared. I'm about to get
I'm
on
just
your
here to
nerves
tell you
every
that
day. About to get on your nerves every
Your
day.
favorite isn't him. I just want to let you know that.
So
Okay.
we had some questions for Ask Bonte, but I don't know if they were serious or not. So we're gonna give it a week and let the folks
Wait, what were they?
Nah, we're gonna skip right past
JT was
those.
asking if Bonte was gonna show up on time.
Oh, hey,
You
JT,
got your answer to that one.
Our very
If-
own JT from
if you're
Chicanery.
wondering,
Vindicated.
the answer is no. By about 45 minutes.
And,
$75,000.
$75,000.
Man, I've been
Whoa.
thinking. Like, I think there is one double paint scheme that works. I think it's Ryan Blaney's Peak and Menard's one that he runs to the 500 every year.
That don't count.
That does count.
Yeah,
It's a double paint.
No, because
That's
because
good.
Last year he was
I
Heartbreak
don't
Wreck.
think he qualifies it
That don't
as
count.
a double scheme for some odd reason. But yeah, and I forget the other Ask Bonte was when we gonna run it back at Daytona, which I don't even know what that means. So
Right.
I can't answer
You
that.
got
Ask
ops.
Bonte.
Vontae.
So, Bonte, this was asked by Johnny Asylum 22 on Twitter.
John, my boy.
Is everybody your boy, bro?
I mean, I know
You got
John
fans?
personally.
Yeah.
I know him. That's my guy.
Yeah.
I know him personally.
Ask the question.
What's the question?
He asked, when are we going to run it back at Daytona? That's the question.
Oh, so me and John was playing NASCAR Heat 5. I think it was Sunday on the PS4. I don't know. If you're not busy, we'll run it back.
And that's a very vague answer.
Yeah. All right, man. Great. Well, fantastic.
Cool. All right. Well, y'all make sure you follow Braden on his socials at the Braden _. He is running Road to Pro. I can't talk for Sadler Esports this coming year. So make sure y'all follow the Twitch for him so you can give him some support. I feel like all of our iRacing interviews, they've been successful. They've gone to do big things. So No pressure, Braden, but just make sure
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely.
You
Also,
make it do what it do when you get up there.
We
You know what I'm
watching.
saying? Make it do what it do. We watch. You know what I'm saying? We watch.
speaking of Twitch, I don't know when this is coming out, but if it comes up before Thursday, the 15th, make sure you follow us at Victory Lane Vibes on Twitch. We are running the iRacing Daytona 500 at 8 p.m. Central, I'm going to try to
Sure,
stay
it's
awake.
Central.
We're praying like hell that it's Central.
Central.
Let me pull up the schedule real quick. But I believe it's at 8 Central. It's going to be on Twitch. We're going to have a good time. We're going to try to stay awake through all of it. Come and check us out. We got a great car designed by Kate Sweat Racing. We're going to run that. And that is all we got for the show this week. I will put it, and I'll put out our Twitch and our socials and stuff when it's time for that. But anyway, thank y'all so much for listening. We definitely appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your week and enjoy Daytona.
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 Happiest place
Why
on
can't
earth.
you say the word, bro?
Art,
It's
don't stop
Daytona,
recording.
not Daytona.